Here's why I don't think piano teachers should offer cheap lessons. Hey, I'm Phoenix and I'm the Tattooed Piano Teacher. I offer premium lessons at a premium rate. While I know there will always be lesson rates that are lower than mine and lesson rates that are higher than mine, I will never again offer piano lessons for bare bones, minimum competitive prices. Here are 7 reasons why I don't think you should either. Reason number 1, offering super cheap piano lessons devalues your service. In general, people have the mentality that you get what you pay for. And when they pay a premium for services, they expect to get a lot out of those services. And when they pay very little for services, even if they are getting a premium experience, they will not see it as that. It will be cheap in their minds because it was cheap. I believe that offering super low rates will keep you limited as a piano teacher and a business owner. Reason number 2 why I don't think you should offer cheap piano lessons, it undercompensates you for your years of formal education and or experience. There's more to an hourly rate when you're talking about one-on-one mentorship in something as specialized as a musical instrument. You have to keep in mind that you've probably been playing the piano for decades, that you've invested, or your parents have invested, thousands and thousands of dollars into your education. It's not just your college degree if you have one. So not only have you basically invested your entire life into knowing the ins and outs of the piano, and that cannot be replicated in a short term, no matter how good of a college education you get. You also have to account for the fact that you have taught, how many lessons have you taught? You know, how many years, how many weeks in those years, how many students during those teaching days? You have this knowledge, insight, and wisdom that again cannot be replicated. Whereas someone who listens to a student play a song, I'd be like, that's nice. You hear something different when a student walks in and plays you a song. You instantly know right what to do, what to say, where to go. You are literally saving that student probably years of stress and frustration by just the simple fix that you offer before it becomes a problem. Think about the value in that. And then let's talk about college education as well. Again, hundreds of thousands of dollars if you have a music degree. And if you don't have a music degree, that's okay too, because you probably have experience that brought you to a point where you felt qualified to teach piano lessons. The time and money investment that has brought you to this place is worth its weight in gold. Okay, reason number 3 why I don't think you should offer cheap piano lessons. With cheap piano lessons, you have a lower retention rate. This is actually coming from studies they have done with pricing of products and services, and I've seen it in my own experience as well. If you offer free services or very inexpensive services, people are not committed or invested in that. They will drop off very quickly. I have offered free piano lessons to a variety of different students for a variety of different reasons. I would say I've never gotten to a 4th lesson with them. They just stopped showing up. There's no investment whatsoever into the experience. And reason number 4 goes along with that. Cheap lessons also get you a lower engagement rate overall with the piano lesson experience. So I've also experienced this with offering discounted, low cost, or free lessons. When the students did show up, they did not have any books with them. They did not practice at all. They were usually 10 minutes late. I never heard from the parents. They didn't show up for any recitals, and there was just no communication whatsoever. Just like the most unengaged piano lesson experience that I've had. So I've tried this several times to the fact where I don't think it's those particular people. I think it's like the experience of just getting something for free rather than investing a larger amount of money into something like piano lessons. Now, at this point, you might be thinking, okay, but what if there is like an underprivileged family that is like super, like the student is really talented and they are like really invested. They really want music education, but they literally just don't have the funds. So like charity work. Okay, there is a place for that, but I'm going to get to that. So stick around to the end of the video because I definitely have something to say about that. Reason number 5 why I don't think you should offer cheap piano lessons is that you're going to naturally attract difficult customers. So again, I'm not making this up. This comes from both my own experience and literal studies that have been done on lower cost or discounted services that companies offer. Customers that are willing to pay premium prices are generally happier with the results. So when a customer is like, sign me up, I don't care how much it is, I want the service. They're the ones that are going to leave the great ratings at the end of the experience. They know what they want, they do their research, they find the right person, and it doesn't matter what the cost is. These are the type of people that are like, just get it done and I'll be happy. And they are. These people are very easy to work with. They're engaged, they're encouraging, they're there to support you as a small business owner. They're like your star customers. Whereas lower price services attract picky customers, customers who question every single thing. I have definitely experienced this. If I lower the cost of the lessons, then those families fight me on every single thing that comes up. They're the people that don't want to pay for the lessons they didn't show up for. They don't want to make up lesson. They want their money back. They're the people who will fight me on like a $4 piece of sheet music, or they don't want to pay for the recital, or, you know, all those things. It's just like, it's going to be argument after argument, email after email, phone call after phone call. And other service businesses find these same statistics to be true. And this leads me to reason number 6, which I kind of already alluded to. The type of customers you're going to attract with cheap lesson rates are the type of customers that are going to be resistant to future add-ons, fees, or rate increases. So if you don't want to keep your lesson rates the same for the next 20 years, then you want customers that are going to understand that things cost money. There's going to be books to buy, there's going to be festivals that have entrance fees, and you're going to need some help paying for that recital venue, and you're going to need to raise your rates every few years so that you can like live off your income. The type of customers that come in on a discount or come in on a cheap price, they will be the ones that will fight you and give you a hard time every time you try to charge for something or you raise your rates. A reason number 7 that you shouldn't offer super cheap piano lessons is simply that you might be undercutting other struggling small business owners. So I've seen this in my area of the world where a lot of piano teachers are doing it as a hobby. So maybe they have a partner who is like the breadwinner in the family and they make more than enough to live on. So maybe they don't need to charge a lot for piano lessons, but here's why it hurts everybody if they're charging like $5 a lesson. They're setting up like a local expectation for cheap lessons. They're undercutting the competition, and the single mom down the road who is just trying to pay her electric bill and has to charge that amount for a lesson can't compete. Like, there's no way. I've been that single mom who literally couldn't cancel even one lesson or my bills wouldn't get paid. So piano teachers who don't need all the income, you don't have to skyrocket their rates, but just at least charging like the going competitive rate of the city and not like super undercutting it. I hope that makes sense. Okay, so we've talked about the reasons not to offer super cheap piano lessons. Now let's talk about what we're gonna do instead. Before I get into that, go ahead and hit that like button if you like these sorts of piano teacher income discussions and running a studio. You wanna see more videos like this. So here's what we're gonna do. We're gonna offer a premium experience to premium customers for a premium rate. Now I know you've got questions. You're thinking, yeah, but what about, yeah, but what if? I know, we'll get to that. But here's the starting point, okay? Premium experience for premium customers at a premium rate. That's our starting point. Now let's answer all the pushbacks. So what if you don't feel premium enough? What if you don't feel experienced enough, educated enough? What if you feel like your lesson experience for your students currently isn't a premium experience worth a premium rate? I want you to ask yourself this. What would it take for the experience to become premium? So what if you start at a premium rate and then you rise to the occasion? What could you add to your education, to your experience, to what you offer to your students? What more could you do or offer to make it a premium experience? honestly, that's gonna serve your customers better than offering piano lessons at an rate. So don't lower the price to where you feel you are. Raise the price and then raise yourself and raise the customer experience. And everybody wins with that scenario. Now, the other question you might be thinking is, that sounds really selfish, and not everyone can pay a premium rate. And you would be correct. It is selfish, and yes, not everyone can afford a premium rate. Absolutely correct. However, I believe in a top-down approach to running a service business. So first of all, I believe that you need to fill your own cup before you can give to others. If you try to offer charity and you're not paying your own bills, then you literally cannot be the best piano teacher that you can be. You're not living up to your potential. If you're in survival mode, there's no way that you can be the greatest piano teacher in your area. So you have to have your own basic needs met and then some, so that you can serve others. I hope that makes sense. So whatever dollar amount that looks like for you, you have to work on reaching that first so you are taken care of. And then once you're out of survival mode, and I know what that feels like because I have been there, when you're not worried about paying the electric bill every month, that's when you really get your inspiration, your ideas. That's when you really get to invest in your students, like on a deeper level. That's when you become the badass piano teacher and business owner that you were meant to be. And here's the thing, get those premium customers first. Get that premium rate flowing in first. And then you'll have an overflowing amount to give. Monetarily, emotionally, like you'll have what you need and an overflow to give. So I am all for giving back in whatever way works for you, but you have to establish a thriving business and get yourself overflowing first, okay? So thriving business first, you're feeling fulfilled and not in survival mode with your finances, and then you find your way to give back, whatever that might be. But I don't think you can start there and then struggle your way up to the top. I think it has to go the other way. Now, once you've got all your premium customers, at that point, if you want to start offering a lower tuition cost option for those who can't afford those premium private lessons with you, one great option is to start offering partner or small group lessons in your studio, because you will actually be making more per hour, and then each family will actually be paying a lower tuition rate because they're not getting your one-on-one attention. It can be a really fun setting for beginners especially to learn in, teaching 2 or 3 students at one time. So if you're interested more in that, I have a video about partner lessons and a video about teaching small group lessons, and I will leave that in the description. And if you want to keep watching about piano teacher income topics, I have this video I made where we go through a process of calculating from your goals first how much you should be charging per lesson. So I will see you there.